Now, the latest on that controversial message to Anita Hill from Justice Clarence Thomas's wife asking for an apology. That phone call is bringing up new scrutiny upon Ginni Thomas, who is not just an angry spouse, but also a longtime advocate of conservative causes. CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford is in Washington with more for us this morning. Jan, good morning.
Good morning, Chris. You know, it is not often that you see the spouse of a Supreme Court justice basically being the story, but that's what Ginni Thomas is today.
Just ask you a quick question.
The telephone call put Anita Hill back in the media spotlight.
I need
Thomas
for
did.
you to get out of the street. I don't have any comment right now.
But it is also shining a light on Ginni Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. She has long advocated for conservative causes. Mrs. Thomas has worked largely behind the scenes as a lawyer, lobbyist, and advocate for those causes, but she has recently begun to take center stage.
Thank you so much.
Earlier this year, she formed a grassroots conservative group called Liberty Central and has spoken at Tea Party conventions. The organization is working to repeal President Obama's health care reform law and elect congressional candidates. Critics have raised questions about her role in the group as the wife of a sitting justice, and Mrs. Thomas, not one to suppress her opinions, has felt the heat. On October 9th, the New York Times published a story about whether her work amounted to a conflict of interest for Justice Thomas. It was the very same morning she placed her call to Anita Hill, asking for an apology for her testimony at Thomas's Senate confirmation hearings 19 years ago. I would love you to consider an apology sometime and some full explanation of why you did what you did with my husband. In an interview with 60 Minutes, Mrs. Thomas described the experience as a nightmare when she watched her husband face graphic questions about sex and obscenity. Mrs. Thomas and her husband have always insisted Hill's testimony was untrue.
That was the hardest thing I've ever gone through.
Now, those close to Mrs. Thomas say those scars from that experience still linger, and she may have reached out to Anita Hill because of the stress from the article, because she wanted vindication, for everyone to know she was right and Anita Hill was wrong for all these years. Chris?
Jan, before I let you go, just a quick question. How odd is this that a spouse of a justice is taking such an active role in politics like this?
Very. I mean, that's a one-word answer. It is very odd. I've never seen it. But, you know, I think it reflects the changing role of women in society. Ginni Thomas has a career. Should she sacrifice that her whole life if there's not a direct conflict? Clarence Thomas does have a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court.
CBS's Jan Crawford in Washington for us this morning. Jan, thank you.
So she can't hurt him at this
point, yeah.